Did you know that flavors and taste are the top reason why people buy a food and beverage product? In this video, I'm going to share with you actionable steps to increase your consumer satisfaction and your product repeat purchase. Hi there, I'm Manon Galizi, the founder of EPICSI, where we help you create a food business and product that truly resonate with your consumers. If you're a food and beverage startup and you struggle with negative reviews or a decline in your sales from your consumers, you have come to the right place. In this video, I want to show you that there is more to it than just deciding on a flavor to truly succeed on the market. What I want you to do by the end of this video is be able to see flavors in a completely different way and be able to understand nuances and flavor profile and say things like, I would like a chocolate flavors with red fruity notes, some mild acidity and some rock notes, because this is what my target consumers like the most. I want you to save time and money by getting your product right. And make sure you stick around by the end of this video where I'm going to share with you my top tips to help you select the right flavor profile for your product. Let's start by explaining how we perceive flavors. Taste is based on about 50 different taste receptors, and they are all over our mouth, but mainly on our tongue. These receptors help us identify tastes like sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. But taste is just one piece of the puzzle. Another key element is called chemesthesis, which used to be called the trigeminal response. This includes all of the sensations like heat, spicy, cooling, and tingling. These sensations are here to protect us by transmitting to the brain a pain response to high temperatures or injuries. And it also influences mouthfeel. For example, when you have tannins in wine or tea, they create a dry mouth. And there is the smell, which is the most important thing when we perceive flavor. There are two types of smell. The orthonasal, this is when we smell something outside of our mouth. And there is the retronasal, this is when we have food or drink in our mouth. In both cases, the aroma and compounds that are present in the food or drink are detected by the olfactory receptors in our nose. Once they interact with this aroma compound, they send the information to the brain. The brain then compares this information with something we have experienced before and decide if it's safe or not to eat or drink. This is why we say we taste mainly with our brain, but also why new ingredients and new cuisines can be very challenging for us. But what makes flavor so interesting is that our sense of smell is very much linked to our memories, mood, behavior, and emotions. This is why some food and drink can bring bad or good childhood memories and transport us back in time to a specific moment. So flavor is a multisensorial experience that combines taste, smell, memories, emotions, and personal experiences. So flavor is not just a flavor, and you have the power to create a food and drink product that bring positive and warm emotions and memories to your consumers. Think about it next time you're reviewing your product. As we mentioned, our brain is almost in a constant survival mode to make quick decisions if something is safe or not. So for example, it has to understand the difference between the smell of a fresh roasted coffee when you pass a coffee shop and the smell of something burning in your kitchen. The brain doesn't have time to focus on the flavor nuances. It just wants to focus on recognizing the type of flavor. For example, if you pass a coffee shop, you will recognize the smell of coffee, but you won't be able to recognize that the coffee is made from light roast coffee bean from Ethiopia with floral and fruity characteristics. Food and drinks are very, very complex, and they can contain up to thousands of aroma compounds. So how can we force our brain not only to recognize a flavor, but recognize its unique flavor profile? This is when flavor wheels come handy. They were originally used in intricate products like wine, tea, coffee, and cheese, but they are also used in flavor houses. This type of trainings help our brain accurately describe product and avoid cultural and personal experience barriers. So everyone can speak the same language. A strawberry flavor profile, for example, can include grassy, overripe, creamy, and slightly jammy notes with a hint of sourness and medium to strong sweetness. At EPICSI, we offer 90-minute flavor profile workshops designed to help you master specific flavor profile for your target consumer's palate. If you're interested in learning more, check out our services in the link description box below. Consumers focus on buying products that are satisfying, especially with the increase in popularity with the treat culture and snacking. People are more willing to indulge with products that bring them pleasure, especially generations like Gen Z. You have to understand the perceived value of your product. If the flavors are disappointing, consumers will perceive it as poor value for money and won't buy again, unless it has a significant functional or health benefits. For example, until the flavor houses created flavor modulators to help, sport nutrition products like BCAAs were known for their very strong bitterness, but people bought them anyway because of their benefits. Here are 4 common flavors issues that consumers will complain about. 1. The flavor profile does not match the product name. For example, your product is called barbecue ribs flavor crisp, but it tastes more like general meat. 2. The flavors in your product are too weak and the consumers can't taste them. 3. The combination of flavors is unbalanced. For example, your product is a raspberry and lemon flavored drink, but the raspberry completely overpowers the lemon. And 4. The taste is unbalanced. For example, your product is very sour or very bitter. There are a lot of factors that can explain why your consumers are buying your product. It can be that your product is cheap, it's convenient, it's natural, it's sustainable, or it has a lot of health benefits. But outside of economic recession, consumer research have proved again and again that flavors and taste are the #1 reason people buy your product. It's simple. If your product fails to deliver its flavor promises, consumers won't buy it again or recommend it to others. That's why your product don't sell anymore or you have bad reviews. You have now to work out the flavor profile that will fit your target consumers and bring them the most pleasure. Earlier in this video, I said I will share with you my top tips to help you select the right flavor profile for your product. So tip number 1, do a flavor market research. Have a look at the kind of food and drink your target consumers enjoy, their favorite restaurants, takeaways, and street food markets, for example. The better you understand their taste buds, the easier it will be to choose later flavors that they will love. Tip number 2 is to explore the culinary culture, familiarity, and traditions of the country where you're planning to launch your product. And this is important because flavors are more likely to succeed if they align with an existing combination of products. Tip number 3, understand your target consumer's perception and expectations of the flavor you are selecting. What you can do, for example, is to give your target consumers different market products to try and understand which one they prefer. Tip number 4, check out flavor trends to stand out from the competition. An easy way is to use trendy and surprising flavors and combining them with a well-known and loved flavor. Tip number 5, instead of focusing on classic flavors like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, select flavors that truly match your product and your target consumers. Everyone has a unique palate, which is shaped by genetics, culture, and environment, and that makes us more sensitive to certain food. That's why flavors like coconut, marmite, or licorice are so polarizing. And it is basically impossible to please everyone. So instead, focus on pleasing only your target consumers. And tip number 6, it is in your power to understand your target consumers and their favorite flavor profile. And you can absolutely do that internally. If you enjoyed this video, especially the 6 tips I gave you at the end, you probably want to dive a little bit more into the flavor selection process. So make sure you check out this video over here, which is my expert advice selecting the best flavors for food and drink products. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!